In 2020 we published this video perfect explaining the German payslip to you. And this video has become hyper successful. Now it's January 2022, just a couple of days before we will all receive our first payslip of the year with completely new numbers. You will most likely receive a payslip as an employee, and I will receive my payslip as a self-employed person. What's the difference between those two payslips if both have the same gross salary? Who earns more? And what the is a gross salary anyway? Stay tuned to find out all things about payslips in Germany in this video. What's up everyone? Welcome to a new Perfin Explains from Perfinex, the #1 English-speaking and independent financial planner in Germany. Today we'll run through both types of German payslips as an employed person as well as the payslip of a self-employed person. Self-employed and payslip? How does that work, you might ask? I'll tell you later on when it's time to talk about my personal salary. Questions? No? Let's go! Here you can see a payslip of an employee that I created online as a comparison. And here you can see my real payslip that I get from Perfinex GmbH. Looks a little different, but the structure is the exact same. The structure is the same for all German payslips, by the way. So go ahead and grab your payslip if you want to follow along. On the top of every payslip is personal information about you that is somewhat important. The real important information is your income tax class. I'm automatically tax class 1 because I'm not married. Divorced people are tax class 2. And married people can choose if they want to be in tax class 3, 4 or 5. This decision can make a huge difference in your monthly income. So choose wisely if you're married. This video, Perfin explaining the German income tax classes, will help you with that. Other important info is if you are a member of the church. I'm not, because paying church taxes. And your health insurance company. In the employee payslip, I'm with the public health insurance, because I have to with my gross salary of 4,000 euros. In real life, I'm insured in the private health insurance system. If you've seen some of our health insurance videos, you might wonder how I am able to switch to the private health insurance, even though I don't earn above the threshold of roughly 65,000 euros a year. I make only 48,000 euros a year. Don't get me wrong, it's a great salary, but not enough to choose freely which health insurance system you want to belong to. It's because I'm still self-employed, even though I am employed. What? Let me explain. When you own a company, you probably want to employ yourself as managing director and want to pay yourself a reasonable salary. Yes, that means this whole €1 a year salary is complete and utter nonsense. All you do is give away a lot of free money if you're doing this. So definitely employ yourself if you have a company. And if you own that company, and can choose freely over the time you work, the place you work, and the type of work, you are by definition of the German public pension still self-employed. Meaning you can choose if you want to pay into Social Security or not. And since I decided not to pay into Social Security, I can be insured in the private health insurance system independent of my salary. Employed people have to pay into Social Security. There is no way to get out. Except private health insurance if you earn above the threshold. Maybe now is the time to tell you. I don't show you my payslip to flex how cool I am as a self-employed person compared to all you employees out there. I just want to show you what's possible if you understand the rules and know how to use them to your advantage. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Check out this video with more details on how to found your own company here in Germany. Now that the top part of the payslip is done, let's talk about what probably matters most for you, your sweet salary. In both payslips, the gross salary is 4,000 euros a month. Gross salary meaning before deductions, by the way. Net salary meaning after the two big deductions we'll see in a moment. On top of your gross salary, there can be many things added. A company car, gym memberships, company pension. Check out this video if you're interested in that. And many other things. Talk to your employer about that and see what's possible with them. After adding all the different parts of your salary, we kept it easy here, it's time for the first big deduction. Taxes. Both axles pay income tax only. no church tax because no Axel is a member of the church, and no solidarity tax either because the salary is lower than roughly 75,000 euros a year. After that, you will pay a little solidarity tax. Self-employed Axel has to pay almost exactly 200 euros more in income tax than employee Axel, despite having the same salary and income tax class. Why is that? It's because real Axel doesn't have to pay into Social Security, so he has to pay more in income tax. And that's the reason why 4,000 euros gross salary a month is the perfect salary for a business owner that is not married, because it will result in a 25% income tax rate, which is also the capital gains tax rate here in Germany. Why would you pay up to 45% income tax as a business owner? You can just pay yourself a dividend that is also taxed with 25% if you want more than that 4,000 euros a month. 644 income tax is for tax class 1. Tax class 2 would pay only 534 euros in income tax. Tax class 3 is even better with only 335 euros. Tax class 4 is the same as tax class 1. Tax class 5 is pretty bad with 1,051 euros income tax. And lastly, tax class 6 is the worst with 1,000 euro and 88 in income tax. And that's why I said earlier you should put some thought into your tax classes if you're married. Our video will help you with that, and the calculator that we used to get these numbers is also linked in the description. Taxes? Check. Now the second big deduction, Social Security. Good news for everybody, each insurance of Social Security has a maximum contribution. So for salary above that threshold, you don't have to pay Social Security contributions anymore. You only pay taxes on that amount. In 2022, this maximum limit for public pension and unemployment insurance is 7,000 euros and 50 per month. And for public health insurance and public care insurance, the maximum is 4,837 and 50 cents a month. As employee Axel earns below both these limits, his full salary is subject to Social Security. He has to pay 18.6% of his gross salary in public pension, resulting in 744 euros, 2.4% for unemployment insurance, resulting in 96 euros, 15.8% of his gross salary for public health insurance when being insured with TK, which equals 632 euros, and 3.3% or 150 euros for public care insurance because I have no children. Parents only have to pay 3.05% for public care insurance. That's the government incentivizing you to make more children in order to keep the Social Security pyramid scheme running. You are seeing only half that numbers that I just mentioned on your payslip because, lucky you, Social Security contributions are always split 50-50 with your employer. So you're actually paying 1,622 euros for Social Security every month, 811 euros of your gross salary plus 811 euros from your employer. Real Axel looks very empty here because I exited from Social Security. That is only possible for self-employed, by the way. The government is forcing all employees to pay into Social Security. Every employee has to pay public pension as well as unemployment insurance. And employees earning more than 65,000 euros gross a year are allowed to switch from public health insurance and care insurance to private health insurance and care insurance. And that's what I did because everybody in Germany has to have health insurance and care insurance. That's mandatory. The difference is that private health insurance deducts the premium from your bank account and not from your payslip. And that's why the Social Security line on my real payslip is completely empty and I get a 50% from Perfinex for my care insurance and my health insurance. Here, 152 euros. Am I really paying not even half for private health insurance what employed Axel is paying for public health insurance? That's correct. My 5-star private health insurance is costing half of what 1-star public health insurance is costing. How is that even possible? Check out this video to find out. And check out this video that compares the public and the private health insurance system here in Germany. And when you want to leave public health insurance, the big blue public health insurance company is trying to scare you with all kinds of lies and myths about the private health insurance system. Here's what I think about this. These 3 videos should help you to form a decision if the public health insurance or the private health insurance is more for you. And if you want to talk about the decision with us, feel free to reach out and book a free meeting right here. After all deductions, employed Axel is left with a net salary of 2,545 euros, down from his 4,000 euro gross salary. That is minus 36% in deductions for taxes and social security. And that 2,545 euros is also employed Axel's payout. If you're an employee and would like to increase that net payout with the same gross salary, check out this video with 5 tips to increase your net income and then talk to your company to see what's possible. Many of our clients invest their free 40 euro capital forming benefits that they get from their employer with us in ETFs. And self-employed Axel has roughly 600 euros more net income than employed Axel. So 3,155, because I have to pay only taxes and no social security, only health insurance and care insurance. And since that is deducted from my personal bank account and not from my payslip, I get a 50% share from my employer on top of my net salary, increasing my payout from 3,155 to 3,308 euros. At the end of the day, the employer pays always 50% for health insurance and care insurance. It just works a little different in the private sector than in the public sector. Hopefully this video helped you to understand the German payslip. Let us know in the comments if there's any open questions left. Take care and happy weekend, everybody!